Oh, it is. It is a Wednesday episode of Donno Daily here on the 5 Reasons Sports Network. Tyreek Hill is a Miami Dolphin. I know it's real. I know it's true. It happened today. Dolphins have acquired Tyreek Hill from the Kansas City Chiefs. I know that it's our real life, guys. This is real. This is happening. And yet saying it out loud, it doesn't feel real. Like it doesn't feel believable saying it out loud. And my goodness, the last several hours have been crazy. You think about, and by the way, welcome aboard to anyone who maybe hasn't watched us throughout the week. But, you saw, hey, this guy's going to talk Tyreek Hill, so I want to watch today. I know there are a lot of regulars that are in on the live chat. There may be some irregulars that are hopping on now to watch us live on YouTube. Those who have watched us Monday, Tuesday before this stack show on Wednesday, the complexion of today's episode is going to be so different, and it's such a different feeling, right? Because Monday and Tuesday, we go live at around 2 p.m. every single day. We started a little bit early today because how am I supposed to wait until 2 p.m. when Tyreek Hill is a Dolphin? Like the second that I got home today, I got home around 1:30 from, doing some obligations, and then I fire up, I get ready to go live. This is incredible. So the last couple of days, Monday show and Tuesday show, we were in this antsy holding pattern, wondering if and when Terron Armstead would become a Miami Dolphin after he visited on Monday. We got that news last night that Terron Armstead, free agent offensive tackle, was signing his deal. He's going to be a Miami Dolphin. And so, of course, I had planned to do the episode today, talking an hour and a half about Terron Armstead, left tackle. What's the offensive line going to look at? And then Chris Grier doesn't let us even breathe for a second. I was starting to gather my thoughts on Terron Armstead, and then Adam Schefter drops the bombshell this morning that the Dolphins and the Jets were working to try and acquire Tyreek Hill in a trade from Kansas City. I didn't even know till this morning that Hill was unhappy and that his position in Kansas City was not settled. He's wanted a contract extension. They started negotiating March 4th, and then what happened. So I guess we owe a thank you to Davante Adams, because Davante Adams, he completely changed the wide receiver market, right? Because Tyreek Hill saw the deal that Davante Adams got from Las Vegas, and then he started demanding more. Kansas City unable or unwilling to meet that request. And so then they open up shop for a trade. And there were some Jets fans out there. God bless you. Some Jets fans out there who actually thought they had the edge over the Miami Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, he wanted to be a Dolphin. The Dolphins had enough draft picks. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Mr. Grier, for stacking up all these draft picks. We finally get some amazing use out of them. So per Adam Schefter, who not only, I think he was the one anyway, who was the first person to break the news this morning that Hill was seeking a trade and that the Dolphins and the Jets, and ultimately it's our Miami Dolphins. You see, I'm wearing a Dolphins t-shirt today. I'm still wearing a Canes hat. I'm sorry for those Gator fans in here who are offended by my Canes hat, but you guys know I'm live and die with the Miami Hurricanes, and I'm going to keep wearing this lucky Canes hat as long as Miami's in the NCAA tournament. I'm wearing it every single day, but I busted out an old school Dolphins t-shirt today. So Adam Schefter, he broke the news this morning that Tyreek Hill was on the trade block. And I got to listen, my guy, Zach Krantz from WQAM, I did see him tweet that he heard it was a done deal, Hill to Miami, before Schefter even confirmed it. So I'll give my guy, Zach, a high five for that. Schefter, though, did come out with the terms. Per Adam Schefter, Tyreek Hill to the Miami Dolphins in exchange for 2022 first-round pick. That's our 29th overall pick, which is now that is now in the hands of Kansas City. Second round pick, that was number 50 overall, and a fourth round pick, as well as fourth and sixth round picks in the 2023 draft. So 5 total picks, only 1 first rounder, only 1 second rounder. That's a bargain. In the trade compensation, that's a bargain, especially since when the news started to shuffle in this morning, the Kansas City was actually shopping Tyreek Hill. All the initial reports were saying they wanted at least 2 first round picks to be part of the deal. But they end up striking a deal that looked a little bit more like the Davante Adams deal, where in addition to other picks, but 1 first-round pick and 1 second-round pick. That's fantastic, especially since that first round pick was going to be number 29 overall. Do you think you get 29th overall, we would have gotten a player who was going to be anywhere near the impact on an NFL team that Tyreek Hill is going to have. Now, as far as Hill's actual compensation, so the Dolphins are giving him a massive contract extension. And like I've been saying the last couple of days, the salary cap, I'm not going to say the salary cap is fake, but there are always ways to maneuver, right? The Dolphins are going to make this work by cutting certain players, restructuring certain players to team-friendly deals, giving a lot of guaranteed money up front in this case. You can always find ways within reason to make it work if you go out there and you're bold and aggressive and you get players. And by the way, I think I owe several apologies to Chris Grier. We're going to be singing his praises throughout this episode. I have not an ill thing to say about the Miami Dolphins general manager on this one. So the new deal that Miami is giving to Tyreek Hill, and of course, Hill's initial issue with Kansas City was they were not able to meet his terms for a contract extension. The Dolphins are meeting those terms. Guarantees him just with the signing, like, he's probably he's on like a private jet right now, I would imagine, or if he hasn't already, he's flying down here to sign the contract. So at the time he signs his deal with the Dolphins, guaranteed money is going to be $52.535 million. He's going to have a check in his pocket later today, maybe a direct deposit, but he's going to have a check in his freaking pocket later today for $52.535 million. Then he's guaranteed $72.2 million at the start of the new league year in 2023. And Tyreek Hill, as some of you probably know, maybe some of you don't, if you don't follow the deep business of football, he's a Drew Rosenhaus client. Now, obviously, Drew Rosenhaus, a local Miami guy. The Dolphins do a lot of business with Drew Rosenhaus clients anyway, but this has been the offseason of Rosenhaus with Miami. Like, so many of his clients, including someone like Emmanuel Ogbah, who stayed in Miami, are cutting deals with the Miami Dolphins. So I'm going to say a prayer at the candle of Drew Rosenhaus today, because he's doing the Dolphins a lot of favors here. All right. So look, my friends, and by the way, I'm gonna try to shout out everybody I can in the live chat today. Bros, let me remind you something. And I know today is going to be a busy, crazy episode. Let me tell you who and what we have on tap for today. At about 2:15, one of my personal favorite Dolphins YouTubers, who I've never had on this program before, but I've interacted with him on social media. And I thought, if there's a day to ask this guy to come on, today is the freaking day for that, man. Douglie Do Wrong is going to join us around 2:15. Our guy, TacobutSports, Dave Friedman, he was just on yesterday, but he's so freaking excited. He demanded, and this is a demand I'm willing to fulfill because I love the guy, but he demanded to join the show today. So he's going to join at 2:40. Hussam Patel is going to join us at 2:55. So we're definitely going well over an hour on the live stream today. Definitely going well over an hour. And yeah, I love him as well. Brooklyn Rob is a big Douglie Do Wrong fan. He's a freaking man, great guy. He's a great dude. I watch his videos every day, so he's going to be joining us. And yeah, this is what I was getting to. It takes me a long time to make a simple point. Big Dan 305, he cut right to the chase. Guys, if you're watching us right now, whether you're watching us live at 1:58 p.m. here on Wednesday, what is today? The 23rd of March, the year of our Lord 2022, whether you're watching us live or if you watch us later via replay, do us a solid, smash that like button, hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to 5 Reasons Sports on YouTube. We're going to be loaded with content today on 5 Reasons Sports YouTube. Lots more Dolphins content today, Heat content, Canes content tonight. The Sixth Ring is doing a live show this evening. So when it comes to South Florida sports, we have everything you need right here on this channel, 5reasonsports.com, 5 Reasons Sports YouTube. So yeah, be like Big Dan, smash that like button. And I did promise you guys this week that as long as, and so far so good, we're 2 for 2 so far, as long as we hit at least 100 likes per episode every day this week, Monday through Friday. As long as we hit at least 100 likes per episode, we smashed it on Monday. We smashed it on Tuesday. I hope anyway, we're going to smash it again today, unless there's a bunch of Jets fans or Kansas City Chiefs fans who are in here. I don't like this guy's tone. I don't like hearing this Dolphins fan talking about them. Like, oh, the Jets fans are bitter. Hey, bro, I'm up here in New York. I'm a New Yorker. I thought we was going to get Tyreek Hill. Hey, well, why would he want to go to Miami when he could be in the Big Apple? He could be in the Mecca. He could be down the street from Madison Square Garden, the greatest arena. We got the greatest pizza in the entire world in New York City. Everyone wants to be a New York Jet. Greatest franchise of all time. Never mind the fact that they don't win anything. The New Yorkers are shocked. I had our producer, Manny Chang. I had him on a secret spy mission today. Mandy hopped into a Twitter Spaces of Jets fans. I make him do the hard jobs, Manny. I wouldn't be caught dead in a Twitter space full of New York Jets fans. I would rather jump into the Miami River with cinder blocks tied to my feet than be in a Twitter Spaces with New York Jets fans. But I had Manny Chang do my dirty work today. He went into a Twitter space with Jets fans, and among other things, all the stinking Jets fans, bro, we're going to get Tyreek Hill. He's coming here. Why would you want to go to Miami? Miami's where you go to retire. New York is where you come to thrive. And they were also saying nonsense like, why would he want to play with Tua when he could play with Zach Wilson? Zach Wilson's way better than Tua. Bro, there's no cure for being a Jets fan. There's no cure for it. Oh, so what I was getting to was, and oh man, Steven Sparling, thank you so much for the super chat. How big is the Hill deal? Guys from high school in 1989 are texting me because they know I'm a Dolphins fan. That's how big. Bro, my phone, I'm in the same boat as you, Steve. And thank you so much, by the way, for the super chat. We appreciate you. And it looks like, hold on, we got a couple They're coming in fast and furious, bro. Devin Jordan also sent us one. Thank you so much, Devin. I'm so effing hyped right now, bro. And yeah, Devin, I have nothing to add to that. I'm so hyped. But to add to what Steven was saying, I've got a couple of chat groups that I'm in with high school friends. One of them, people I've known. I'm 37 years old. I've been out of high school almost 20 years. I'm still in a chat with old high school friends, still living in the past. I'm in a chat with some college buddies, and bro, it's going crazy. Everyone talking about Tyreek Hill and asking about Tyreek Hill. Thank you, Peter. I had to take the opportunity to rag on the Jets fans a little bit because the Jets fans actually thought that they were getting this done, man. So yeah, Tyreek Hill guaranteed $72.2 million with this contract, $52.53 million he's going to have in his pocket at the time he signs the deal. And the total contract, by the way, because I only gave you the guaranteed money, the total deal, 4 years, $120 million. Now, let's have a little fun talking about the Miami Dolphins weapons heading into this season. You already had Jalen Waddle. You got him. You've got Waddle already, remember Jalen Waddle? Set the rookie receiving record last year. Broke Anquan Bolden's rookie record for receptions in a season. And you still got him in the fold. And he's got blazing speed and a lot of talent. We already know that. Even before today, you had added Cedric Wilson in free agency from Dallas, who's a very talented player, an ascending wide receiver. And now you've got Tyreek Hill. You add Tyreek Hill into this mix, and that's just the receiving core. Because when you're talking about the weapons, you can't even just end it at the receivers, because we know Mike McDaniel at heart, you think about all the scheming he's done within that Shanahan system, the way he's tweaked it over the years and added to it over the years. This is still at its core a run-first offense they are installing here. You have upgraded already your rushing attack with Chase Edmonds, who's very talented and very fast, and Raheem Mostert, who runs like a gazelle. You've added him as well. And you added a fullback as well, a good fullback in Alex Ingold. There is speed all over the field, guys. There is speed all over this offense. Oh, and yes, something I thought we were going to spend the entire episode on today, but it got overshadowed by this Tyreek Hill trade, which came completely out of nowhere as far as I'm concerned. I hadn't heard any rumblings of this until this morning before I saw what Schefter started tweeting. You added as well your franchise left tackle. Terron Armstead signed the deal. He signed on the dotted line last night. So you have improved your offensive line. Connor Williams as your starting left guard. Terron Armstead as your starting left tackle. And listen, the Dolphins can and should still add to that unit through the draft, and maybe there could be a low-priced free agent to have. I don't think they're done building the offensive line. They may be done with weapons, right? Because I don't know what would be the encore. Like, you just signed, or you just traded for and signed to an extension Tyreek Hill. Like, I would assume you're probably done adding weapons to the offense, but the offensive line may not be completely done with that. Okay, now, yeah, adding Tyreek Hill, of course, that's going to benefit Tua Tagovailoa. And I'm not going to complain about Tua at all today, because all Tua has to do next year is just show up for work and not turn the football over. And this offense is going to be so dynamic. So, yeah, adding Tyreek Hill, it's going to benefit Tua. Jalen Waddle, though, that might be the guy who benefits most from this. It's arguable because there are a few different parties that are really benefit just by the presence of having Tyreek Hill on the field. Jalen Waddle is going to benefit a ton, though, because you can't double both Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. It's just not unless other teams are allowed to put 13 or 14 men on the field at once on defense. You're not going to be able to double all of these guys. It's crazy. And with this much speed on the field, because, again, Jalen Waddle, very fast. Tyreek Hill, the freaking fastest. Raheem Mostert, very fast. Chase Edmonds, very fast. Mike Gesicki, very quick for a tight end. With all the speed you're going to have on the field, this is going to open things up so much for your running game. And we know that that's really what Mike McDaniel came in here to revolutionize, is the running game. And yes, tip of the cap, major tip of the cap to Miami Dolphins general manager Chris Grier, who I've been critical of in the past. And I think my past criticism, like a lot of other people, has been fair. But right now, I'm eating mountains of crow. I can't criticize Chris Grier. This is incredible. This offseason now, it's already an A++ at this point, right? 2.5, well, not even 2 full weeks. What are we, a week and a half into free agency? We haven't even hit the draft yet. I know the Dolphins just, traded some important draft picks to get this deal done. I don't even care who they draft at this point. I think the first pick that the Dolphins are going to have in the draft is like 102 or 104 overall. It's not going to be till the third day. I might freaking watch like a Seinfeld marathon. I'm just going to pull up Seinfeld on. I'm not even going to watch the draft this year. Like, why am I going to waste my time? I don't even care who the Dolphins draft at this point. So let's talk a little bit more about Tyreek Hill. And again, huge welcome to everybody who's in with us here in the live chat. And maybe some of you are too shy to chat live, which is fine. If you just want to watch, if you just want to lurk, that's okay too. But while you're lurking, hit that like button, hit the thumbs up button. Because, as I promised this week, we're going to give something away early next week. If we hit at least 100 likes on every show we do this week, you can win yourself a Quarterdeck Seafood Neighborhood Bar and Grill gift card. Or if Tony 2 times is lucky enough to win, we will select the winner at random. So nobody has an edge here. I'm just going to have Manny Chang put 100 names in a hat to just swirl it around, pick out a name. But I know my guy Tony 2 times. He doesn't want the gift card. He loves the Quarterdeck, but he doesn't want the gift card. He wants the Gus Frerotte game-worn autographed jersey that hangs behind me. So if Tony is lucky enough to win, he will take home a Gus Frerotte jersey. And if anybody else wants it, let me know if you're lucky enough to win. But the prize is more than likely going to be this Quarterdeck Seafood Bar and Neighborhood Grill gift card. This one's ironic. Richard says, just lurking. Well, if you write the message, you're not just lurking. Don't fall for the gift card scam. I still owe Brooklyn Rob a gift card. As long as you someday receive it, which you will, it's not a scam, as long as you someday receive it. Oh, man. So let's talk a little bit about Tyreek Hill. He's been in the league for 6 years, and he's a 6-time Pro Bowler. Tyreek Hill has gone over 1,200 yards receiving in each of his past 2 seasons. In the past 2 years in Kansas City, he scored 26 total touchdowns, 24 of those receiving touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns as well. So he's averaged 13 total touchdowns over the past 2 years. And if you want to extend beyond the past 2 seasons, he's gone over 1,000 receiving yards in 4 of his 6 years in the league. Tyreek Hill, as you guys have seen the highlights, so fast, that he sometimes has time to taunt defensive backs as he's burning them into the end zone. He averages just under 14 yards per catch. And this is something cool. I was looking this up today when it comes to actual ground speed, like miles per hour on the field, because everyone talks about 40 times, like combine 40 times, but even more important than that is what's your actual mile per hour speed when you're on the field in an actual NFL game, you're in the open field, how fast can you actually get? The NFL does keep stats on that, of course. They keep stats for the fastest ball carriers every season in terms of miles per hour. And I loved this. Over the past 4 years, 2 of the fastest speeds reached in actual game situations, 2 of those in the past 4 years belong to Tyreek Hill. You know who the other 2 belong to? Raheem Mostert. So the 4 fastest plays in the last 4 years, 2 of them belong to one guy, 2 of them belong to the other. Both of them now play for the Miami Dolphins. So if you actually want to put numbers, tangible numbers on the speed that the Dolphins will have on the field, they now have the 2 players who have combined for the 4 fastest mile per hour speeds in the open field in the entire National Football League over the past for even 5 years. This goes back to, because back in the 2016 season, Tyreek Hill, I think this was the fastest speed he ever hit in a game. He reached a speed of 23.24 miles per hour in week 2 of that year in one of his runs after the catch. The guy's a fucking cheetah. Like, it's the only way to describe it. He's so fast. And listen, going back, and I mentioned this is going to benefit Tua Tagovailoa so much. When it became clear at the end of last year that the Dolphins were sticking with Tua and that they were committing to Tua and building around Tua, even before they've added, all this talent already in the free agent period, you just knew by what the Dolphins were saying, who they hired to be his head coach, what that head coach Mike McDaniel said about Tua once he got here, what Chris Grier said about Tua. Very clear the Dolphins are in the Tua Tagovailoa business for at least one more season. And I said this, and I know I've been critical of Tua, and I stand by it. I hope that he, now with all this talent around him, especially, I hope he completely proves me wrong. But I did say this, that if you're going to keep evaluating Tua rather than moving on from him, you owe it to Tua. You owe it to his teammates. You owe it to all of your fans to surround Tua with the best possible supporting cast, to put him in a situation to succeed despite whatever limitations he has. And I don't mean that in a nasty way, because I think every quarterback in the league has limitations. Even Aaron Rodgers has limitations. Even Tom Brady has limitations. So the Dolphins are doing that now. They are doing that. They are putting Tua in a position to succeed. This is a new era for Miami Dolphins offensive football. And doing something drastic and aggressive like this, and thank you so much, Stephen, for lurking and liking. Making moves like this that are drastic, bold, and aggressive on the offensive side of the football, so necessary for Miami, seeing what the rest of the AFC is doing. Now, the rest of the AFC, the approach has been, we need to go out and bring in franchise quarterbacks. Obviously, that's a tried and true, proven way to build in this league. The Dolphins are doing it a different way, and it might be crazy enough to work. And when I say work, I don't mean, hey, we're going to the Super Bowl this year. I'd love to. I wouldn't guarantee that. But when I say it's going to quote unquote work, I'm talking about getting in the playoffs, having a better season than we've had in recent years, finding success, which I would measure by getting into the playoffs, right? I think that this could work for the Dolphins because obviously other teams in the AFC are going out, like what Denver did, for example, going out and aggressively trading for a franchise quarterback. That's one way to do it. The Dolphins are trying to do it a different way, where, they're sticking with their low-cost rookie deal quarterback who they believe in, instead of moving on from him and tying a lot of money into the quarterback position. The Miami Dolphins are using all of that money they have left over because they have a quarterback on a rookie deal, and they're going out, they're revolutionizing their receiving core. They're revolutionizing their running back core, and I would consider the Terron Armstead signing to be revolutionizing your offensive line. That guy was the top offensive lineman available in free agency, and arguably the top free agent, period. Right? There's been some debate on that, so this is fantastic, and I'm really excited for this festive occasion to bring in our good friend Douglie Do Wrong, who is one of the best content creators in the Miami Dolphin space. And Doug, you got a lot of fans in the chat because when I mentioned you were coming on, I think they're here for you. They're not here for me at this point. Doug, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm happy I finally get to come on and talk with you.
No, it's a pleasure, man. And so, okay, first thing I got to ask you is before, and I think Schefter was the first guy to talk about it this morning. Before that started, I didn't know anything about this. Did you see something like this on the horizon with Hill?
No idea. I honestly thought my thought process was 29, probably take a wide receiver, maybe go after Redder, Treader, fix up the offensive line, kind of stick with who we have because, Mike McDaniel can work with these receivers. I saw it, right? Like, I think it was around like 11 o'clock ish. We saw, potential Tyreek Hill trade, Dolphins, Jets, number one people. And I'm like, okay, well, let's get excited, but not too excited. And then just 10 minutes later, boom, he's traded. He's done. He's to Miami. And I was like, my wife is home from work. I'm like, I gotta go upstairs. She's like, what's the matter? I was like, Dolphins just traded for Tyreek Hill. She's like, who? I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm like, I gotta go make a video. I'll be right back. And it's crazy. And it's funny too. What I'm hearing is it was up to him. He had the choice between the Jets and the Dolphins, and he chose the Dolphins. So I find that very interesting.
And obviously, I'm not going to complain about him coming here. I am like, but one thing that's a little bit puzzling to me is, like, why didn't the Green Bay Packers try to make this move? Like, they just lost Devontae Adams, and they just got some extra big draft picks for that. Well, why wasn't Green? And don't you think Kansas City would have loved to send him out of the conference? So that puzzles me.
Green Bay, Baltimore. There's so many wide receiver needy teams that just kind of just sat back and were like, we'll let the Dolphins get better. Which they did. Like they really did. And it's funny too, because now Vegas's odds of them winning the division is going up. Yeah. And Dolphins might not be done.
That's a great. So, and like, I know that a lot of people are like, well, what about the salary cap? It's like, and I open up the episode on this. There's always ways to manipulate because they still haven't made their roster cuts. And, there are a handful of candidates on the team whose deals can be restructured for cap room. And I know you have been championing all along for the offensive line, getting Terron Armstead, which they did. And I feel bad for him, Doug, because when I woke up this morning, I'm planning out my episode today. I'm like, this is going to be the Terron Armstead show. And then here's Tyreek Hill. So Terron Armstead is like a forgotten man, not forgotten by you and me, but forgotten by the news cycle out there. So I know you have been championing for days, if not weeks, at Armstead, which they did. And also, a player that you and I share the admiration for, the center who was released by Cleveland, J.C. Treader. Do you think can they find a way to still make a move like that, you think?
I hope so. To piggyback off you with Terron Armstead again, it's kind of like Ben Roethlisberger. He retires, Tom Brady retires, and then Tom Brady's like, "Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm coming back." But yeah, I would love that. Everyone talks about the cap, right? Oh, do the Dolphins have enough cap room? Blah blah blah. We have to see how Armstead and Hill's contracts are structured, because if you look at the way they did Emmanuel Ogbah, he's only making 11 million this year versus the 16.5 he's like due annually. So Grier's really good at structuring contracts a certain way, especially with the signing bonuses. Ogbah got 13 million in a signing bonus. So we have to see how that works. And I think, again, if they release around 7 players, and some of these are backups like Clayton Fedulum and Little and all those guys, they can save up about 18 million in cap space. So it is possible that they can still go out and get JC Treader. There is a possibility of them still making a trade. We know how Chris Grier works, where Chris Grier likes to wheel and deal. You saw what he did last year. He moved back up. Don't be surprised if he still wants a first round pick and he trades one of the Dolphins to get that first round pick back. Now, I don't want it to happen. People like to call me a Tua stan because I defend him over stupid takes, but I'm an X stan. And I honestly, they might trade X because he wants a new contract, and they might trade him and try to get another first back, which would break my heart, but it makes sense. Especially with some of these corners that are still out in the market that they can go out and get for cheaper. I don't know.
It's funny. I was chuckling at something you said there, and I know I watch your content. I follow you on Twitter, and you and I were very much the same, but we're kind of opposites because
Mm.
like people accuse you of being a Tua stan because, like you said, you defend him over ridiculous takes. People accuse me of being a Tua hater because I troll him a little bit, but like I don't really mean it though. It's like and obviously I'm not sold on the guy completely. Although at this point, like
He's
I
got to
could
do something.
he's got to be, and like I could suit up and probably throw for 3,000 yards next year. So I think they're putting Tua in a great position. But I think in reality, like you and I, our opinions on Tua are pretty similar, but we kind of fall into opposite ends of the spectrum.
Different ends of the spectrum when we're actually dead center, where we're like, we just want to win, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, just win at this point.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about your expectations for this offense. And I want to say some of these names out loud so I can remind myself and everybody what the Dolphins have already done here. Like they already have Jalen Waddle, who set a rookie receptions record last year, ascending player. They added Cedric Wilson, who I think is an ascending wide receiver. They've just signed Tyreek Hill, who's already a 6-time Pro Bowler, 6 times in the NFL. They've done great stuff with the running back core, Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert, who blazing speed with both of these guys, especially Mostert. They still have Mike Gesicki. They added Terron Armstead and Connor Williams to the offensive line. So, I mean, how much better? And obviously, we know the scheme is also changing with McDaniel. So, what do you expect from this offense next year? How much better are they going to be?
Like we keep talking about, like last year was the year Tua needs to show something. This is the year that he needs to come out and shut a lot of people up, because there is no excuse. There is zero excuse. They bring in an offensive minded head coach who literally day one on his plane is FaceTiming you. No excuse. Offensive line, weapons, run game, bring back your favorite target in Gesicki. There is no excuse. This offense needs to take off. And my thought process is, because at first, when they brought back literally the same exact linebacking core, which I'm hoping they still add some Bobby Wagner, please.
Yeah.
I was like, why? The linebacking core wasn't that good. I'm like, why are they bringing? Now it makes sense. They brought back the same exact defense, because if you take an offense that we have now on paper and put it with the defense that they had the past 2 years, you're winning the division. Like, that's a good team. And I think that's the thought process now. Okay, same defensive coordinator, kept most of the defensive coaches, were bringing back the same defense. Just keep doing what you did with the turnovers and the sacks and getting pressure, and we'll take care of it on the offense where you're not on the field for about 50 to 60% of the game. We'll take care of that. So my expectations now for the offense, and I don't like doing this. My motto is always, I'd rather be surprised than let down. But they're getting up there, because you added so many good pieces, and supposedly the rumors from Barry Jackson, they're not done. They're not done with the offensive line. And if they don't have a first round pick, that means they're going to have to go out and sign somebody. So it's only going to get better. And they had to do this, because if you look at the AFC right now with the quarterbacks, Tua has to do this.
Yeah, and it's funny because right before I popped you in, I was talking about that a little bit, that the Dolphins they're approaching it a different way, because everybody in the AFC has been trying to improve, and like the teams that didn't have franchise quarterbacks were aggressive to go out and get one. The Dolphins are doing it a different way, and like I think it might work, especially with who you have coaching the team and the philosophy, right? When you talk, instead of going out and replacing Tua for a quote unquote franchise quarterback, they're sticking with Tua, who they clearly believe in, and he's on a rookie deal. So all the money they're saving from Tua, they're spending it on weapons, and on that fits the Mike McDaniel mold. Because I mean, look at that's 49ers team. They nearly won a Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. I think Tua can be better than Jimmy Garoppolo. So this might be crazy enough to work the way that they're building this.
Yeah, Tua, see, a lot of people want to like equate them, right? Obviously, we have Mike McDaniel from 49ers, so everyone wants to talk about Tua Garoppolo. I think Tua has more precision, is more accurate than Garoppolo, and won't make the dumb, I'm going to chuck the ball up, and throw an interception in the playoffs type of play. So I think in this type of system, and especially with the type of team, they're trying to give Tua the 2019 Alabama team, and just sling it, just throw that ball and do what you need to do. So, I think and that's the thing. You saw how far the 49ers got with Jimmy Garoppolo, who he's okay, right? He's like an okay quarterback. They also got to the Super Bowl with him. You can do that with Tua. For the people who don't think Tua is going to be elite, don't think Tua can be a top 15 quarterback, if Trent Dilfer can win a Super Bowl, I'm pretty sure Tua Tagovailoa can win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're right. Even if I don't think he'll ever be elite, now I'm not sure if it's even going to matter. Like I'm
Exactly. Just turn around and hand him the ball, or just throw a quick pass to Tyreek Hill and just let him burn it down the field. That's all you got to do, man.
Now, even with adding Tyreek Hill, this on paper, this is a run first offense,
Oh, yeah.
right? And I think, man, how much are Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert going to benefit, because now you have so many downfield threats now, because even Cedric Wilson's a downfield threat, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill's an absolute burner. Like I joked on Twitter today, I may not be that far off, that Edmonds and Mostert are going to each average 15 yards per carry this year. Like it's going to be wide open for that running game, Doug.
That's what we were talking. Like, I got real excited last year. We brought in a ton of speedy receivers over the top. Fuller, we're all thinking they're going to push the ball down the field and it's going to open everything underneath and we'll run the ball. Well, that didn't happen because everyone got injured, and I hope and pray it doesn't happen again. But it's going to work. And the biggest addition that kind of got brushed under the rug is Ingold. That fullback is going to be dangerous, and not only in the run game but the pass game, right? We saw what he could do in the open field, but also, say the Dolphins are done with the offensive line, which I heard they're not, and I hope they're not. Ingold doesn't have to worry about the left side, because we have Armstead, we have Williams. So all he really has to do is start chip blocking on the right side to help whoever the right tackle is, give to him more time. So the addition of Ingold, and then the addition of these two speedy backs, and then Myles Gaskin showed that what he could do in the open field as well. Like you said, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they have the most ridiculous yards per carry and just completely. If we can run the ball and own the game that way, our defense isn't tired, but their defense is. And especially, I don't know if you saw, I think it was Edmonds' interview, running the ball in Miami is going to kill opposing defenses.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's no joke. I'm up in Jersey. I like the cold. I'm a cold weather man. I go down to Miami in like November, December, and I'm still like, it's too hot, man. It's too hot. I gotta get home side tickets because I'm dying over here.
Oh man, no, I know it. I'm a warm weather kid, and sometimes I think I like cold weather. And then my sister used to live in Pittsburgh, and I went up there once in like February, and it was like 0, and I'm like, you know what? I complain about the Miami Heat. I will never complain about the Miami Heat ever again. It was like 0 freaking degrees. Oh man,
that was the worst time you could have went to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's not a bad town, and I've been there before in the fall and in the summer. It's not so bad.
Beautiful.
February was not the best time to go there. No. Oh man, we're joined here by Douglie Do Wrong, who I know a lot of you in the chat, you already know about his channel. You already watch him. If not, make sure you subscribe. He does a fantastic job. Let me pick on and this is like the most positive conversation I've had in a long time about the Dolphins. And I love the Dolphins, but I nitpick whatever I can. There's nothing to nitpick today. There's nothing. Now, you talked about, the Vegas odds for winning the division are going up a little bit. How do you think Miami stacks up with Buffalo, who's been the class of the AFC East for the last few years?
I think on offense, I think they can. For me, if the defense does take a step back because of the rumors and the conspiracy theories that Flores took over or Alexander took over play calling, and that's why it's flipped, whatever you want to believe. If that is the point where all of a sudden the defense is going to take a step back, I think with this offense, if they can play like we hope they can play, and if Tua can take the step that we need him to take, I think it could be one of those like Kansas City Buffalo playoff situations where it's a back and forth, and then we just need our defense to make one stop. So I think it's a possibility that we can continue, build that success, continue to be that fighting 2020 team where we're fighting for the playoffs and we're fighting for the division title. And I think this, it's not going to be another series where we get swept by the Bills again, because I'm pretty sure we're all sick of that. The Bills are the new Patriots, and they're starting to piss me off.
Oh man! So speaking of the Patriots, this is clear on paper. They're now third in the division, right? Like unless the Dolphins are a massive disappointment, the Jets are still fourth on paper. The Patriots are third, right?
I don't know if you know this, but Patriot fans are losing their mind.
Really?
I posted a video. I posted something on Twitter saying, "Oh, just a random thought. I thought people didn't want to come to play with Tua," and a bunch of Patriot fans were like, "We're going to be fourth in the division. We're not doing anything. What's Bill Belichick doing? We need wide receivers." Oh my god, that was us like 5 days ago when we were like, "Where's the aggression?"
Yeah, us five. It was this what Alfredo just said there. Grier is sleeping, dude. I did on Friday. I'm so ashamed of this now, but on
Right?
Friday, I did a show about how Grier wasn't doing anything. I might have to delete that from the internet now.
I made a video talking about where's the aggression, and I wasn't necessarily saying, "Oh my god," I was just like, "We're waiting on it, Grier. What are you doing?" And now Grier's like, "Shut up, man!" Like, just and again, I'm hearing that he's not done. So
Wow.
keep your ears peeled, people. Something might be in the works, and we'll see.
So what would your prediction be? And don't be afraid to be wrong, because I'm wrong on this show every single day. So if like you said, the Dolphins may not be done, what do you think the next move would be? Would it be center, or do you think maybe another weapon? Like what do you think the next move could be?
I'm thinking center. I think they will. Oh, I'm hoping. This is what I'm hoping for, right? I'm hoping they go after JC Treader. I hope they lock him up, and then the right side. We have Hunt at right guard, and then right tackle can be a competition between Austin Jackson, Liam Eichenberg. Have them compete on that side. I'm pretty sure when this zone type run, it seems like it's predicated more towards Austin Jackson than Liam Eichenberg. So we'll see how that pans out. But I think the big move, and again, it breaks my heart to say, focus on Xavien Howard. He wants that new contract. He wants the more money. The Dolphins gave Agba more money. They're paying Gesicki about $11 million this year. They just got two big players. They're paying them a ton of money. It's like he might be the odd man out. You have or Byron Jones. His contract is a beautiful trade contract, right? He's still a really good corner. Everyone sees no interceptions and they think he sucks. That's not how it works at all. He's still a really good corner. His contract is beautiful, that it sets up that you can move on from him after this year if you wanted to, and you could definitely get a first for Byron Jones. Worst case, a second. So I could see one of the corners getting traded. I'm leaning towards Byron, not because of my favoritism of X, but just because of how his contract is more team friendly. So that's the one you might look at, and I'm hoping they go out and get JC Treader. If not, get a legit right tackle. There are some good, decent ones out there, and then you have Jesse Davis and Dieter maybe compete for center. And then you have Robert Hunt at right guard, and that offensive line is 1,000 times better than it was last year.
It is, man. It's so, and again, like I've already said this a few times on this episode. I woke up this morning thinking I'm going to do like 90 minutes today on Terron Armstead, and which I would have done if not for the fact that Chris Grier just said to himself, "Hold my beer." It's like this guy doesn't let us rest for a second, man. And how crazy! And Doug, you make multiple videos every day. You're one of the hardest working guys in this space. And there's always something to talk about, but like Monday and Tuesday, we're all kind of in this holding pattern. Like, we're waiting to hear something on Armstead. I don't know what happened. Is he in the facility? Is he signing? Is he not signing? So like 48 hours, we're in quicksand, and then in the matter of a few hours, we got Armstead, and we have Tyreek Hill now. So this is one of the best days. This has been one of the best. And again, somebody has already said in the chat, "Oh, the Dolphins are winning the offseason again." Well, you got to win some off seasons before you can win in season. So I'll take it.
Yeah, and they needed to add these pieces because with under Brian Flores, it was a lot of youth movement. They were going through the draft and they were getting guys off their fourth year contract or guys that were underperforming, second round picks that weren't doing great. All right, we'll go out and trade for him, give him a fifth or a seventh. And now all of a sudden we took that young core and now we're adding the vets that needed to be added in the first place. That's where the drop off, in my opinion, was from 2020 to 2021. You got rid of the vets that helped you in 2020, and then all of a sudden you had the fall off in 2021. I think Grier saw that and said, "I'm going to add these vets back in there, and hopefully we can continue that success of 2020."
Love it. And before we let you run, let me co-sign what Brooklyn Rob says. He says, seriously consider becoming a member to DDW channel, Doug's channel, Douglie Do Wrong. Good perks for members. Yeah, man, he's busting his butt. And chances are you've already seen his content. If you haven't, if you're looking for Miami Dolphins videos every day, every time something happens, like Chris Grier breathes, and then Doug's got a video like a half hour later.
I'm like, he's breathing, everybody. He's breathing.
Well, he didn't breathe for 2 days, so he started breathing now. So make sure you subscribe and join Douglie Do Wrong's channel. Doug, thank you so much, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes, and I can't wait to have you on soon. Bud.
Yes,
soon.
anytime, man.
All right, bud.
I love it. Good stuff there from Doug. And yeah, he's one of the hardest working guys in this. I'm sorry, Hussam. I'll pass along. I didn't see this before I let him run. Hussam wanted the live shout out, and Hussam's going to be joining us in about 20 minutes because he wants to celebrate as well. Jason, I love DDW's laugh when he gets surprised. It's a very specific compliment, but I'm sure he'll take that. Tony 2 times says this ain't winning the offseason by signing one big name to a balloon contract. They've added the pieces needed to succeed. You're right. They've upgraded most desperately needed positions. Yeah, they've upgraded a bunch of positions. They have kept positions intact. Like, let's not forget how big it was just to keep Emmanuel Ogbah. So that was their biggest free agent, and they managed to sign him to a new deal, which was very big. For the most part, they kept the defense together, which has been very good the last 2 years. Doug brought up a good point. We'll see if there's any regression not having Flo around, because, a lot of conspiracies about whether Flo had to take over calling the defense and put more of his fingerprints on it last year and how big of a factor that was. So we'll see if any of the Flo effect wears off on the defense. But on paper, the defense is status quo, good like it was the last couple of years. And the offense has just dramatically gotten better. Dramatic upgrades on the offensive line. And somebody in the chat pointed out that this is one of the rare days when 100%, here it is. Let me pull this up from Gary Flanders. I love this. This is an incredible Dolphin day. I've never seen 100% of the fan base all happy at the same time. You're right. A couple days ago, we had people complaining, should we really be investing in Terron Armstead with the injury history? Every day you have people fighting over Tua. That's just comes with the territory. Tyreek Hill, he is like Rocky Balboa. He's brought us all together. Jay Mill points out this is like that scene I thought he was going to go a different way with that. There are a couple of Rocky analogies here. He says this is like that scene in Rocky 2 when Mickey says, we need greasy fast speed. You can't catch lightning, kid. Rock, you need to be faster. If you can catch a chicken, you can catch Apollo Creed. It's like that. You're right, Jay Mill. We got that grease lightning speed now. Also, I was going to make a different Rocky analogy. This is like in Rocky 4 when you had, the Soviets, over there in communist Russia, Mother Russia, Rocky Balboa. Who is this guy? Well, it's Rocky Balboa. He come over to Russia to fight Ivan Drago, greatest boxer ever. Everything he touches, he destroys. He killed Apollo Creed in the ring. Apollo Creed, former heavyweight champion. He killed Apollo Creed in the ring. Now Rocky Balboa has been former champ, come over. And Rocky was so dynamic. You had the Soviets who despise our freedom. They despised our American way of life. They hated Rocky Balboa when he stepped into that arena. By the time that fight was over, he had brought the crowd together. Even like the ministers, the Soviet ministers in their boxes were all standing up for Rocky. They were clapping. That's Dolphins Twitter today. Whether you're a Soviet or a capitalist, everyone is joining together, joining hands and singing Kumbaya today. Tyreek Hill is Rocky Balboa. He has just united this fan base the way he brought an end to the Soviet Union, did Rocky. Tyreek Hill has brought an end, at least for today. He's brought an end to all the negativity. Guys, I want to remind you, there are many different ways to support the show. We're not done for the day, by the way. We're going to bring in TacobutSports in a few minutes. We're going to bring in Hussam Patel a little bit later. Hussam's going to join us in 20 minutes. Dave Friedman's going to join us in a couple of minutes. But if you want to support the show today, first of all, if you're watching us for the first time or the first time in a long time, we do this every day. I'm on every single day, 5 Reasons Sports YouTube at 2 p.m. So join us. We talk. It's been a lot of Dolphins lately. We also talk some Canes, talk some Miami Heat. We talk local sports. So if you want to watch the show live every day, and if you're in here right now, whether you're in here live with us at 2:39 p.m. or if you watch us later via YouTube replay, smash the like button. Do us a solid, hit the thumbs up button. And as long as we get, I don't watch the likes during the show because I don't want to be looking at the feedback during. I do read the live chat, but I'll check the likes after the show. But as long as we smash 100 likes, 100 or more every single day this week, we're going to be giving away quarter deck gift cards, or maybe if one of you lucky winners wants the Gus Frerotte jersey, I might even consider shipping it to you. I know Tony 2 times has his eyes on it. So you can support the show by hitting the thumbs up button, the like button. Make sure you subscribe to 5 Reasons Sports on YouTube. If you're feeling generous, it's not mandatory, of course, but if you're feeling generous on the live chat, leave us a super chat, leave something in the tip jar. That goes a long way as well. But most importantly, guys, the people who keep the lights on here on Donno Daily are our awesome sponsors, like the Quarterdeck Seafood Bar and Neighborhood Grill. They are our title sponsor. The Quarterdeck has been with me, and I have been with them for over 10 years now, and I've been eating at the Quarterdeck for like 15 years. I love their fresh seafood. I love their burgers and sandwiches. The All-American Burger is so elite at the Quarterdeck. The baby back ribs are awesome. There's so much good food at the Quarterdeck. If you want to wet your whistle a little bit, sometimes after the Dolphins do not very good things, we have to drink to forget about it. Today, we drink to celebrate. And they have 2-for-1 happy hour all day, every day at the Quarterdeck. So knock down 2-for-1 drinks. Their beers are always ice cold, my friends. And they have all the big games on. You got the Miami Hurricanes playing in the Sweet 16 on Friday night. You can watch that. All the college basketball, NBA games, NHL, whatever you fancy, you can watch it at the Quarterdeck Seafood Bar and Neighborhood Grill. Oh, and yeah, every UFC pay-per-view fight for zero cover charge at the Quarterdeck. So if you want to find the location nearest to you or check out their menu before you go, visit them online at quarterdeckrestaurants.com. The Quarterdeck, come for the food, stay for the fun. And our official sports book, BetUS.com. Doug mentioned that the Dolphins are rising with the futures to win the division. So if you think the Dolphins will win the AFC East, you want to lock it in now because the odds are only, getting worse if you want to bet on it. Plus 400 right now. They will take your action at BetUS.com. This is America's favorite sports book. This is the official sports book of Donno Daily. BetUS.com has been serving happy clients for 3 decades, guys. 30 years. They're entering, 29 years, I think, technically. They're entering their 29th NFL season this coming year. You can bet on games before they happen. You can bet during games, live betting for everything, whether you're betting on college basketball, pro basketball, NHL hockey, international soccer, UFC fighting, and yeah, pro football. You can do it at BetUS.com, including props, over-unders, money lines, spreads, parlays. They have it all at BetUS.com. They also have the best bonus in the industry. You get that bonus through our code word. When you sign up today to place your wagers at BetUS.com, sign up and make your deposit with our code 5RSN125. You see it on the screen. If you think you're going to forget it, write it down. 5RSN125. When you type that in with your first deposit, they also have re-up deposits, but with your first deposit, you get a 125% sign-up bonus. So if you deposit, for example, $100, they're going to give you $125 on top of your $100 deposit in free play money. You're going to more than double your money. So sign up with our code word 5RSN125 at BetUS.com for a 125% sign-up bonus. And it's not even just sports betting. You can bet pop culture props. They've even got a full casino on the site, and the smartphone version works great. It's like having Las Vegas in your pocket. Play blackjack for real money, table games, slot games. Use our code 5RSN125. You bet, you win, you get paid. BetUS.com. All right, let's bring in the Taco Man himself. Whoa. He is vibing. Taco Bout, holy shit. What is that? Is that a baby? Well, oh, you still got the teddy bear. Oh, I literally thought you were holding a small child. He's got He's got the teddy bear. He's got Terron Armstead's teddy bear in a Tua jersey. Bro,
we back,
Taco.
baby. We back.
You're back. So we had you on yesterday. We had to bring you on again for the celebration. And I love the vibe in your bedroom there. I would never advise this, but if somebody were to drop some hallucinogens, they'd feel right at home in that room you've got there.
I'm just sipping my Prize Picks juice.
Look at that. He's sipping the Kool-Aid. We're all sipping the Kool-Aid today.
Code 5.
Oh my God. So man, when we spoke yesterday, we were talking about whether or not the Dolphins would close the deal for Terron Armstead. They closed it last night. And then this morning, I had no idea this was on the horizon. It all developed over like a half hour, right? Adam Schefter tweeted that the Dolphins and Jets were trying to get Tyreek Hill in a trade. 30 minutes later, the Dolphins got Tyreek Hill in a trade. How you feeling, man? How you feeling about this offense?
That was easy.
That's going to be Tua's motto under center next year.
How the hell did all this happen, Donno? Like, what just happened today? I woke up and I was feeling happy about the Armstead thing, and we'll figure it out from there.
Chris Grier woke up.
Well, I said, like, immediately when the Tyreek Hill thing came out that he was available, I tweeted out, like, wake him up, wake Grier up. That man woke up. He woke up on a Wednesday.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I mean, look, like you said, it happens so fast. I feel like it's hard to, it hasn't set in yet. I don't know about you. It hasn't. I know it's happening. It hasn't set in yet. I'm going to enjoy it.
It didn't feel real. Like when I started the show, and I started a little early today, guy. I was too excited to wait till 2 o'clock. I started at like 1:50, and then I said it out loud. I said, Tyreek Hill is a Miami Dolphin. Doesn't feel like real life, man. It does not feel like real life. So
I'm going to have to learn the Tyreek dances, whatever they are.
That's true. That's true. So now, just in the receiving core, they already have Jalen Waddle, who's an ascending player who he beat the rookie receptions record last year, set the new record. They added Cedric Wilson, who I thought that was a really good move, right? And Tyreek Hill is an elite move. That's just the receiving core. You get Edmonds and Mostert running back, Ingold at fullback. I don't even care how you pronounce Armstead's name. Terron. Who cares, man?
We got all the Terrons.
They got Armstead at left tackle. They already added Connor Williams at left guard. So yeah, how much improved despite the quarterback not changing, and they've hit the easy button now for him. How improved do you think this offense is going to be next year?
Well, you just mentioned yesterday, like Tua won't be the reason why, and that was debatable to some degree, but you know what I'm saying. And now it's like, well, he doesn't need to be the reason why. Like, you could
bring back Jacoby Brissett and just let him start 17 games.
He'll be in there on 4th and 1. Don't do that. No, look, I saw a tweet yesterday talking about like Devontae Parker and Cedric Wilson competing for the number 2 wide receiver spot. That's the difference. Like now, Jalen Waddle is the number 2.
Right.
What? So Gesicki is the number 3. Like, oh.
Yeah, I didn't even mention Gesicki's still there. I mentioned him earlier, but not right there. So that's another weapon you still have.
Look, I don't usually do like fanboy, I mean, a little bit, but today I am fanboying. Like, when's the last time the Dolphins had you this excited?
That's a great question, man. I don't even know what I can compare to this. Like I was
LeBron? LeBron to Miami. I'm saying in that sense, like what's the last thing that happened?
Well, it's got to be that, right? Well, I mean, for me, I'm a Canes guy. I was pretty excited about Mario Cristobal and everything.
Yeah.
But like, if we're sticking to the Dolphins, the last, like, I was pretty excited about Ndamukong Suh. I hope this works out better than that did, right? But
it'll be more exciting.
Much more exciting. I mean, even if this team only wins like 7 or 8 games next year, it could be a lot more exciting, right?
Hey man, they're gonna average like 57 points a game or something ridiculous like that. We talked about it though, like yesterday. It's the McDaniel scheme, so like maybe this isn't Debo mirrored, but like this is a Debo, right? This is that guy that we've been saying, like, who's gonna fit that role.
Well, honestly, now that you got the cheetah, like you don't even need a Debo. It's like you got something even better. Like you got something even more dangerous now.
Now
It's like,
Lynn
don't even
Bowden
worry
Jr.
about Debo.
Lynn Bowden Jr. can be Debo.
Yeah, right. No, so this is. I mean, when was the last time you asked me the question, and maybe it was since LeBron came to the Heat was the last time I was like this excited in South Florida sports. Was that what it was for you? When was the last time you were this pumped about a move?
Well, I mean, obviously, when they got Tua, like I was super pumped. I think just in general, like the idea of a free agent or someone along those lines coming here. The only reason I'm comparing it to the LeBron thing is like the wow factor. It's just the excitement. I mean, he's the fastest guy in the game. He's the most explosive player. Everyone was comparing Jalen Waddle. He could be Tyreek Hill 2.0. Now we got Tyreek Hill 2.1 and 2.0, or 1.0 and 2.0.
Yes.
So bring it on. Like AFC East, AFC West, NFC. Like who cares now? The quarterback is irrelevant. We got it all.
Yeah, and like still people are going to be buying those Tua jerseys. I know you've got a couple of them. It's like I'm going to have to buy like a Tyreek Hill jersey. There it is. And yesterday you were wearing the aqua one yesterday. Now you are displaying the white one. So you have Tua. Oh, beautiful. What a sight. What a beautiful sight. This guy is covered. He is covered in Tua jerseys. This is amazing. What's your next jersey?
I still have Terron's bear, obviously.
You do.
He hasn't come back to South Florida yet, so I'm just babysitting right now.
So are you, now that he has signed the contract, will you give him his bear back when he returns?
There's a price tag.
We know he can afford it now with the money he just signed.
I'm smart, right? I was going to wait to negotiate till after. Man, he can have it back. Win some games. Go to the playoffs. Win it. I'll give you all the teddy bears you want. I'll give you my teddy bear. Oh, this is my teddy
bear. What's your next jersey purchase going to be now?
See, can't go down that route. So I'm not going to go Tyreek just because, although that would be the obvious, like Jalen Waddle or something like that. I'm going to stay away from the negative stuff today, by the way. I'm going to save that.
Yeah. I
did mention something, but I'm going to leave it there. Like, I'm not going down the Tyreek path of jerseys. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be that guy. But it would be like a Jalen Waddle. I just, the explosiveness of the offense is going to get people excited again. It's going to get people in the building again. Like, yeah. I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to run through a wall right now.
That's right. That is damn right. So, listen, man, outside of me, you might be the next happiest person today in the Dolphins Twitterverse. Let people know, brother, where they can find you. Twitter, the awesome programming and the shows that you do on 5 Reasons. Where can people find all of Taco's stuff?
Like you said, we do Prize Picks on 5 with Ethan and Dave. Do all our Prize Pick shows. Code 5. I sent Manny the new logos.
Oh, he didn't give it to me. He's out in the woods today doing survival training. I should tell him to come back. Like, who needs to, we got Tyreek Hill. Don't worry about survival training. If the world ends tomorrow, I can die happy knowing we signed Tyreek Hill. So every Wednesday, Manny goes off into the woods. He learns how to like make fires and
is this Michael Scott Manny or like
this is like he's like full on. I don't. He's like Bear Grylls. Like he's a survivor, man. At some point, you're gonna see. He's not gonna tell any of us. You're gonna see him on like season 11 of Naked and Afraid. I'm like, wait, I know that guy, and I'm so glad they blurred out, like the privates because I really don't want to see.
We would recognize him from his shoes, right?
Yeah, exactly. So he does the survival training on Wednesday. So he's not here with us. So he didn't send me the new logo. But yeah, we do have the code if you guys want to sign up. The official daily fantasy spot on the 5 Reasons Sports Network, Prize Picks. Use our code 5, spell it out, FIVE, and they're going to match your first deposit 100% up to $100. So we got your hookup. I mean, between all the deals that we offer here on this network, you don't have to pay much for anything. I mean, you're getting discounts on everything you do, bros. So, I mean, you can thank us later.
We're just looking out for everybody. We want to share the wealth, that's all.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Dave, enjoy the rest of the day. I hope you eat many tacos, drink lots of tequila today, and just keep dancing, keep vibing, my friend.
I love you, man. Like, I am.
It's a bromance.
I'm just gonna go snuggle with my teddy bear,
I love you too, man. Enjoy the teddy. Enjoy the day. Beautiful. How about that? TacobutSports. We are gonna, in a few minutes, we're gonna talk with Hussam Patel. who, he was geeking out to Douglie Do Wrong. He was trying to get Doug to throw him a shout out. I didn't send Doug the message in time. So I hope that Hussam can settle for me giving him a shout out. Shout out to Hussam, who's going to be hopping with us, on with us in a couple minutes. Let me reset for those who are joining us late. The Dolphins have acquired 6-time Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill. Been in the league 6 years, 6-time Pro Bowler. That's how good this player is that you were acquiring. So what happened was, and honestly, I didn't know until this morning that Hill was going to be on the trade block, and I certainly didn't expect the Dolphins to be in for it. If you had told me yesterday that the Kansas City Chiefs were shopping Tyreek Hill, my knee-jerk reaction would be he's going to end up at Green Bay, right? Green Bay just traded away Davante Adams for a first and a second-round pick. They've got a void that they need to fill for big-time wide receivers. Aaron Rodgers, I'm sure, is not happy, to be without Davante Adams there. Whether or not he knew it was going to go down or not, I know people are saying, well, he had a heads up about it. Sure, he had a heads up about it. He still can't be happy. I would have thought Green Bay would have been so aggressive for Tyreek Hill. And for Kansas City, wouldn't they have preferred to send him over to the NFC? Instead, they send him to Miami, which I'm not complaining. I will not be the one to complain about that. And guys, bro, I love how he can pop himself in. I didn't even have to press the button. Hussam is here. Hussam, don't you love, not only have the Miami Dolphins just acquired Tyreek Hill, but they also kept him off the New York stinking Jets, because Miami and New York were the finalists. And all the Jet fans, bro, we're going to get Tyreek Hill. Why would he want to go to Miami? They don't have the Mecca. They don't have the great pizza that we have up here. It's the everyone wants to be in the Big Apple. Those losers now with the Jets, they are forever. They are banished to 4th place in the AFC East. Forever banished to being in the cellar. Tyreek Hill is coming to Miami. How excited are you, Hussam?
I raise my cup to Chris Grier.
Yes. I raised my discount seltzer water to Chris Grier.
Is that Ritz?
It is Ritz. Now, see, if we had more generous folks out there donating to the super chat, I could start buying Perrier again.
Hey,
instead, I'm buying Ritz.
My podcast also has a super chat too, so I also would like to get some donations too. Look, man, I had a PFF guy on there last week. Come on.
Nice. Who did you have?
I had Trevor Sikkema on.
I like it.
You're telling me you didn't watch the...
I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't watch
This is what I get for being supportive of you.
I apologize.
In history, man, I swear.
I read all your work. I watch.
Do you?
Well, now you just caught me lying. I retweet all your work. I still read at a 3rd grade level. You can't expect me to read every article on the internet. I read things in tweet form, Hussam. Give me 280 characters, and I'll read at least half.
Back to topic. Back to topic. I mean, you can tell this was a little bit unexpected. Why isn't Hussam watching cricket? Well, I got cricket downstairs with my dad playing. I care more about the Dolphins than cricket. I'm a first-gen immigrant. I'm more American than Pakistani at this point.
Gotcha. I don't understand. I don't understand cricket. Like, it's a thing. Like, I don't understand the rules. It's like baseball on acid. Like, I don't really understand what I'm watching when I see it.
More runs than outs.
Okay.
Simple.
So then you're saying it's better because it's got more runs in it.
Yes, but it's much longer.
Can't cricket matches last for days?
Yes, that's Test cricket. They last for usually 5 days.
Wow.
Then you have regular matches and then super fast matches. There's 3 different types.
Wow. I wanted to ask you about that because I wanted to make people really angry because they're like, people who just popped in because they see the title of this episode, like, let's listen to some guys talk about Tyreek Hill, and then we're talking about cricket. I just wanted to piss people off. So let's go back. Let's go back to Tyreek Hill, Hussam. First of all, the Dolphins, at the end of the day, they did give up 5 total draft picks, but most significantly, just 1 first-round pick, 29th overall, which is not even a high first-round pick, and 1 second-round pick. 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 1 second-round This is a lot of value. Like from a compensation standpoint, they didn't overpay. I thought they got a great deal here.
I thought they got a great deal here. Look, man, this is Tyreek Hill we're talking about.
Cheetah.
He has an impact on the game that nobody has really seen in a wide receiver other than the 80s and Jerry Rice and the 90s and 2000s with Randy Moss. He's not your prototypical wide receiver one. And these days in the NFL, speed kills. And Donno, do you want me to explain the X's and O's to you like you're 5?
You explain it to me like I'm 4, but do it. Do it.
Okay. So Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. What do these two guys have in common?
They're fast.
Super fast, like super freakishly athletically fast. And what does that mean? What do fast receivers mean, Alex?
They take pressure off of your offensive line, your running game, your quarterback. They get downfield in a hurry.
They get downfield in a hurry. And what does that do? What do defenses have to do to prepare for wide receivers that get downfield in a hurry?
They have to not stack the box.
There we go. You're getting it. Now you're going from 4 years old to 5 years old.
Had to happen eventually.
Let's see if you can reach a 10-year-old's mental IQ. So, yes, there's not a lot of people in the box. You have 2 deep threats. Now you have running backs who are also fast as hell, right? You get offensive linemen who can block better than last season's offensive linemen in Terron Armstead and Connor Williams, right? So you got some improved blocking. You got fast running backs. You have a coach who is a offensive guru. You have really, really fast wide receivers along with Cedric Wilson. You got a quarterback that can release the ball on a whim. It's fast-paced, and we know what happens in a fast-paced games. Defenses get very, very tired. Opens up the run game. If there's a breakdown in coverage, all Tua has to do is throw it. Supposedly, he's gained his arm strength with training and rehab with Perform, his quarterback coach, Nick Hicks.
They're putting out a lot of videos. They're putting out
a lot of hype videos,
He's
man.
putting in the work.
He's putting in the work. So all in all, Alex, this is really good for the offense. This will relieve pressure off the offensive line. This will help build up the running game as well. In theory, now we're going to 50-year-old man IQ. In the NFL, a majority of defenses play split safety looks, which means you have safeties deep, back deep, and then you have linebackers and defensive line around the box. Now, if you have 2 people going deep, I don't think there's a lot of cornerbacks that can cover Waddle and Hill one-on-one. So you'll need safeties over the top, which means what? Wilson in the slot is going to be open. Mike Gesicki is going to be open. You want to throw, a flat or an angle route to a running back, or all you got to do is hand the ball off to one of your running backs, and boom, he's there. Easy yards, fast-paced game. Defenses will be tired and will be on their heels. This has the makings of potentially a competent offense, which we have not seen in 20 years, 22 years.
And I'll take competent as a compliment, right? I mean, not too many fan bases would say, hey, we're going to have at least a competent offense. I'm excited about that. But from a Dolphin standpoint, you're right. The offense has been incompetent for a very, very long time. And I think they can be better than competent, by the way. Let's talk a little bit about the way the Dolphins have chosen to build and improve their team. It's a different approach from a lot of other teams in the AFC, and I certainly think it makes sense for this coaching staff and this scheme, where a lot of other AFC East teams have gone out and gotten quote-unquote franchise quarterbacks. The Dolphins have decided to build around their young quarterback who's still on a rookie deal, which means they have a lot of extra money to spend at other positions, which they are doing right now. And on paper, this is going to be a run-first offense. And not only have they gotten receivers that can take the top off the defense to take some pressure off of the running game. They've also improved the running back rotation. I mean, Myles Gaskin, who I don't rate very highly, but he's been, considered the number 1 guy for the last couple of years. Now he's the number 3 guy at best. And you've got Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert, who's also blazing freaking fast. Both of those guys are extremely quick. So yeah, I mean, we're going to get a taste here. And I think now we have the personnel to do it, because a couple of days ago, I would have really questioned whether, the Dolphins can kind of do what San Francisco's been doing. But I think now we have personnel that we can have offensive success that way. So the Dolphins are going to try and, beat out the rest of the AFC kind of a different way, because everyone else is building with quarterbacks. We're building around ours.
Yeah. Yes and no. I mean, the Bengals built around Joe Burrow. The Chargers built around Justin Herbert. Yeah, the Browns traded for Deshaun Watson because they finally figured out that Baker Mayfield wasn't their guy. The Atlanta Falcons have been looking for a quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts have been looking for a quarterback the last 5 years. The Patriots built around Mac Jones. The Jets are trying to build around Zach Wilson. It's a balance, but we're seeing a trend in the NFL. Basically means weapons, 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 weapons. You need weapons to be good in the NFL. It apparently, with the Bengals, it means that you can have a bottom-performing offensive line, you can have a good enough quarterback and amazing weapons, and it'll lead you to the Super Bowl with also a good defense. The Bucs did that with Tom Brady. Tom Brady figured out, hey, you know what? The Buccaneers have really good weapons compared to the New England Patriots. Let me go ahead, go over to Tampa Bay, and win a Super Bowl there, which he did.
First year.
Matthew Stafford gets traded to the Rams. Already had a good offensive line, a solid defense. Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, they traded for Odell Beckham Jr. and had solid running backs as well. What happened? Super Bowl, because they had weapons and they finally had a competent quarterback.
So you're saying we're about to win a Super Bowl, is what you're saying.
I never said that we're about to win a Super Bowl. Potential is always there. In any offseason, potential is always there. But we finally figured out that the Dolphins are going all in on Tua. And if Tua performs and gets to expectations, what we're expecting of him, that's good. If he doesn't, Miami has 2 first-round picks next year.
I love it. Yeah, and you're right. They still have them because they didn't have to trade either of those to make this deal, which is great. Because originally, when we found out this morning, and everything happened really quickly, but when we found out this morning that Tyreek Hill was on the trade block, the initial report was 2 first-round picks to be included in the deal, and then the Dolphins only had to actually give up 1. So you're right. You still have your most important picks for next year, and Brooklyn Rob, he's a big fan of yours. And by the way, I apologize, Hussam. I didn't get a chance to throw your shout out live to Doug because I didn't see it.
Mush.
I didn't see it till like 2 seconds after he left, and I'm like, oh, Hussam said hello, which did you absolutely no good. So I apologize for that. How are you going to celebrate Tyreek Hill's arrival? And also, hold on, before we let you run, we got to talk about Terron Armstead as well, because he got robbed of a lot of content today, right? Because he signed last night. I had already sent Manny early this morning all the information about. We were going to do a whole show today about Terron Armstead signing and what it's going to mean for the offensive line. And then the Tyreek Hill thing happens, and now Armstead is like chopped liver. Nobody's talking about him. This is an incredible move. Franchise left tackle. I love it. I know some people were like, are we sure we want to invest in this guy? He's had a lot of injuries. I think he's so good that it's worth the risk on this. And Hussam, not only can this guy protect Tua, he's an excellent pass blocker, been top 10 in the NFL in pass blocking, regardless of which position on the line, been top 10 the last several years. He's also in the 95th percentile of run blocking. And this guy's a mauler. He gets to that second level, and he bulldozes people in the run game.
He does. And, well, they're finally starting to invest in the O-line the right way by getting top-tier players that know of the system. And Look, not a lot of people know this, but Frank Smith, our new offensive line coach, actually worked with Armstead in the Saints back in like 2013, 2014, something like that. So he knows of Terron Armstead very well. He knows what he's capable of. He's also a veteran that will help out young guys like Austin Jackson, who hasn't lived up to his potential. Liam Eichenberg, who struggled as a rookie last year. Potentially center Michael Dieter, or maybe if they get another offensive lineman in the draft. Now, a veteran offensive lineman like that, who is top 5 in the NFL, one of the better left tackles since the last 10 years, and the number 1 rated free agent, brings a huge veteran presence that the Dolphins were missing in the offensive line room. He also brings that culture and can teach what needs to be taught to these offensive linemen, something which was lacking 2-3 years ago.
I love it. I absolutely love it. How much have the Dolphins closed the gap with Buffalo? Right, Buffalo's been for the last few years clear best in the division. How much closer have the Dolphins gotten in your eyes?
Look, if you check the scores from last season, they're not really reflective of what actually happened in the game, and those games were a lot closer than people realize. It just went away in the fourth quarter because the Dolphins' offense just couldn't get points onto them. Right. Now, on paper, theoretically and practically, they should be able to get points up on the board. That kind of changes things a lot. Now, yes, the Bills have a good defense. Yes, they have Josh Allen as their quarterback, still have good weapons. They lost Brian Daboll, who was their offensive coordinator. They have a new offensive coordinator in place. They also lost a couple of offensive linemen as well, and they don't necessarily have a clear-cut running game that can possess the ball and drain the clock. Now, knowing Mike McDaniel's offense, it's predicated on speed. You want fast pace. Fast pace means fast scoring. So if the Dolphins are able to score more and score what they should be scoring, then the gap gets a little bit close. Then you can say, okay, maybe we have something here where we can compete with Buffalo for a potential AFC East crown. Again, potential. Not saying anything will happen, but potential was there. It's the offseason. Everybody is optimistic.
Okay. And I'm optimistic. I mean, the only word that I'm going to take away from this conversation, the only 2 words, because earlier you did throw this out there, Super Bowl. Those are the 2 words I'm going to take out of this conversation.
Oh, God.
Super Bowl. Thank you so much for taking the time, and let people know where they can find all your work. I'm going to try and watch more of your episodes and read more than just the first 280 characters of your articles. You see where to follow him on Twitter at Hussam Patel. Where can they find everything you're writing and all the great videos you're doing?
My Twitter at Hussam Patel. I'm with Fin Maniacs, Dolphins, ATB, and 5 Reasons Sports. I have a podcast here. My third episode is going to air on the Fin Maniacs. On the 5. I'm already screwing shit up now. Look.
Too many outlets.
Too many outlets. Yeah. I'm gonna have a Draft Network guy on to talk about this running back class, which Miami may or may not draft a running back with potentially their first draft pick in the 3rd round or maybe later on. Who knows?
Does it hurt your draft content a little bit now that they traded away their 1st and 2nd round? Does it make you less excited to make draft content now?
No, not at all. Not at all. Just like, I don't know. I don't have a good analogy for this. My brain's kind of busted up from work. I'm just happy we have Tyreek Hill. All right.
Yes, that's it. Yes, I love it. Hussam Patel, thank you so much, man. Everybody, check out Hussam's work. And yeah, I like this from Gary. He says, I believe the Dolphins have closed the gap with Buffalo to nearly dead even. Buffalo always caught hell trying to deal with the Chiefs offense. Now we have the Chiefs' primary offensive. I like that because you're right. The Chiefs own the Bills, and now the Dolphins own one of the Chiefs' greatest assets. Transitive property would say the Dolphins now own the Bills. Giddy up.
You're doing mental math here, and it's too much for me.
Too much for me as well. Hussam, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Awesome stuff as always. There he goes. He goes rogue. He can add himself. He can take himself out. Unbelievable. All right, so I want to remind you guys before we run, and if you just hopped in and you're like, oh, it's almost over, sorry, go back and watch as soon as we're finished here in a few minutes. The full replay is going to be available on YouTube. So if you missed any part of the show, we had a lot of conversations today. I opened up the first 25 minutes with my thoughts on the Tyreek acquisition and even on the Terron Armstead deal from last night, which feels like a month ago now. Like, so much has happened since Terron Armstead. It's hard to believe it's been like 15 hours since he came aboard. It feels like it's been 15 days. But we broke down the Tyreek Hill acquisition, what the offense is going to look like, all the speed, all the weapons. And we had Douglie Do Wrong on, who's a very popular Dolphins YouTuber, content creator. I had a lot of fun with Doug. We had too much fun with TacobutSports, Dave Friedman. And then we had also a lot of fun with Hussam Patel a few minutes ago. So if you missed any of those spots, as soon as this episode's over, you start it over, man. Start and watch from the beginning, because we covered a lot of ground today. And yeah, I want to make sure you guys are supporting our awesome sponsors like the Quarterdeck Seafood Bar and Neighborhood Grill, locations all over Broward County. They got the freshest seafood. They got 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. Amazing burgers and sandwiches, guys. I love the jerk chicken sandwich, the all-American burger. The baby back ribs are fantastic. And I think an underrated aspect of the Quarterdeck is there are so many side order options. Like, you get a nice sandwich or burger at the Quarterdeck, and you can get tater tots if you want, curly fries, regular fries, sweet potato fries, baked potato, macaroni and cheese, like any side salad, any side you can imagine, they have it at the Quarterdeck. And it's a great place to watch every big game and every UFC pay-per-view fight. So make sure you go to their website, check out their menu, find your location at quarterdeckrestaurants.com. The Quarterdeck, come for the food, stay for the fun, and place your wagers. Man, whether you want to wager on the Canes game this Friday night, late night, 9:45 against Iowa State, you want to get that Dolphins future in, plus 400 to win the AFC East, live betting on everything going on, college basketball, pro basketball, international soccer, MLS soccer. They have it all at America's favorite sports book. And it's fully available in Florida, by the way. People are always confused. What can I use in Florida? What can I use in Florida? You can use the full site, BetUS.com, in Florida. Live betting on sports. Casino right on the website. You can play blackjack, play slots for real money. Sign up today. And we have the best bonus in the industry. When you make your first deposit, use our code 5RSN125, and they're going to give you a 125% sign-up bonus. It's really that easy. It's such a great site. You bet, you win, you get paid. BetUS.com. Ooh, thank you so much, Ailman, for the super chat. I love it. Thank you. It says, super special day for all us Dolphins fans. Donno, have a drink on me. Thank you, sir. And you know what? That $10 will go a long way with the 2-for-1 happy hour at the Quarterdeck. So, bro, I cannot thank you enough for your generosity. And yeah, if you're able to leave a super chat, it's not mandatory. We read a lot of the messages, whether it's a super chat or not, but the super chat will guarantee that you get read here. And let me shout out all the super chats we got today before I shout the not as super chats. Let me see here. Man, I'm scrolling through the chat line today. I already apologize. I'd like to try and shout out everybody. No chance we'll be here all day if I try to shout out everybody, because the chat was freaking rocking today. I've been scrolling up for like 3 minutes because I know we had at least 2 other super chats. My guy, Devin Jordan, thank you so much for the super chat. He's so effing hyped right now. You're speaking for every Dolphins fan right now, Devin. Thank you so much for the super chat. Steven Sparling, thank you so much. How big is the Tyreek Hill deal? He says, guys from my high school in 1989 are texting me because they know I'm a Dolphins fan. That's how big. That is awesome. And thank you for that. I think that was all the super chats today. I just wanted to make sure that I shouted everybody out. Let me shout out some of the regular chat. I'm going to miss a lot of people today. I apologize because there's so much coming in today. Charlie was the first in. He was excited. Let's go. Big Dan 305 is always one of the first in. Good afternoon to you two as well. IMAX, love it. I love his Canes Avi as well. Let's go. Level 2 noob. So did we just win the Super Bowl? Even if we don't, this team's going to be a lot more fun. Like, even if we miss the play, and I think we could make the playoffs next year. I know the AFC's gotten a lot better all around. Dolphins are going to be in the hunt for that. And even if they don't make the playoffs or don't go very far, it's going to be a lot more fun watching this team next year. We're not going to be frustrated by just the stagnant offense that we've been frustrated with the last couple of seasons. It's going to be way, way different. Mr. Matt D2, thank you so much. 10% of my body is completely stiff. He said, I'm not going to ask you which 10%, but too much info, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Steven S., thank you so much. Hello. My guy Gianmarco is in. No more excuses, Donno. None. Tua time, says Lazaro. It is Tua time. It's Tua time. It's Waddle time. It's Tyreek time. It's Armstead time. It's Gesicki time. It's Edmonds time. It's Mostert time. Ingold time. There's a lot of weapons now on this offense. And yeah, I do think Ingold is a weapon because he's a good receiver out of the backfield. Octavius, thank you so much. Marcus, thank you so much. Reynard, hello. Let him burn, hello. Will Tua be able to throw it deep to Tyreek Hill? That's the question. Well, Tyreek is so fast, he's going to be able to get wide open. And, listen, Tua does not have, by NFL standards, I don't believe he has a strong arm, but he can throw it deep. So I think the answer to that question is yes. And then also Tyreek Hill is such a weapon. He's going to be able to pick up yak anyway. So even when you're not throwing it to him 40, 50 yards downfield, you can throw to him 10 yards downfield and he's going to turn it into a 40 or 50 yard gain. So it's not going to be the exact same thing as Patrick Mahomes being your quarterback, but this is going to make Tua a lot better. And yeah, I do think Tua is capable of getting it to him deep. He got it deep to Waddle a few times last year. He got it deep to Mac Hollins last year. That was, I think, the one to Hollins was actually his longest. I think one of the top two, if not the longest air completion in the NFL last year. So I don't think Tua has like an above average strength of arm, like arm strength, but he has a good enough arm. I think he will be able to get it deep to Tyreek Hill. And even when he doesn't, Hill is going to turn big gains out of virtually nothing. Randy Chambers, thank you so much. We have the fastest offense in the league now. Hill, yes, and yes. And I mentioned like the 4 fastest plays of the last 4 seasons have come, 2 of them from Tyreek Hill, 2 of them from Raheem Mostert. Over 23 miles per hour these guys can run. It's insane. No human being, unless you're, a Jamaican track athlete, no human being should be able to run that fast. It's crazy. It's like Usain, not quite, but it's like Usain Bolt type of speed. It's insane. And yeah, Steven, the speed on this offense is now truly, words right out of my mouth. Before I even said that, I said the same thing. Truly insane. I love it. Jackson Boyle, thank you for tuning in. Shake money. Fins up indeed. Tony 2 times from the doghouse to the parade route. Build the Grier statue now. He's gonna have a stat right next to like Dwayne Wade and Pat Riley. Don Shula, the Grier statue. Jesse Lockhart, my guy, one of my favorite people on Twitter. Thank you. Devin, I think we shouted him out already, but we'll shout you out again. You're awesome. And he left us a big super chat today. So extra special shout outs for you. Let me see who else. Brooklyn Rob, he's a chronic. We love him. My day is not complete without Brooklyn Rob. Every once in a blue moon, like he's got a life. Every once in a blue moon, Rob can't be on the live chat. And if he's not here, I miss him. I'm like, where's Brooklyn Rob? What is he doing? He's usually always here, but maybe like 1 or 2 episodes he hasn't been able to pop in. Big Dan 305, thank you so much. David, thank you so much. Peter, thank you so much. All right. Like I said, it's inevitable I'm going to miss some people today. This honestly, this might be the record for most live chat messages we've ever had on any show I've done here live on YouTube. So this is great. John, thank you so much. I'm going to throw out some of the recent ones. And then if I miss you today, I apologize. Better luck tomorrow. Maybe we'll be back here tomorrow at 2:00. Robert, thank you so much. Chuck, thank you. Who haven't I shouted out yet? Jack, thank you. I'll shout out Ailman one more time for the generous super chat. Thank you so much. VLKV, another one of my favorites on Twitter. We interact all the time. And if you guys are on, I know a lot of the people in here, we do chat on Twitter. If you are on Twitter, tweet me whenever. Make sure you follow me at Alex Donno. Donno spelled Donno. I'm on Twitter way too much, so chances are you will come across me there. Indeed, hello to you. BoKFN. I don't know how to say that properly, but hello. Some people have interesting YouTube names, like Gatekeeper. I love it. Yes, Miami fans, get excited. You've been suffering too long. With pain comes gain. Get ready to shout. Get ready to party. Get ready to say you are Super Bowl champions. That's the kind of optimism I'm here for today. Ian from Brooklyn, hello. Got Brooklyn Rob, Ian from Brooklyn. It's a Brooklyn takeover. Everyone from Brooklyn is in. Matthew, thank you so much. Arlen, thank you. Well, Tua shut down haters, the guy that golfs during the season. I think he golfs more during the season than he does during the off season, because in the off season, he's at Perform every single day doing drills. But it's during the season when he plays golf. I don't understand that one. But today's not a day for, and of course I'm trolling, but today's not a day for negativity. This is one of the greatest off-season days we Dolphin fans have had in a long time. Levon, hello, thank you so much. And Iceberg Slim, and I'm going to shut it down there. We'll try to do better with the shout-outs tomorrow. We'll talk to you guys then. This has been one of the most overwhelmingly positive shows we've had about the Miami Dolphins. We had some positive Hurricane shows, when Mario Cristobal came aboard and some of the coaching moves that the Canes made. Today was the day for Dolphins positivity. So again, smash that like button on the way out if you haven't already. Hit the like. Make sure you subscribe to 5 Reasons YouTube. Support our sponsors. And we will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Same time, same place, 2 p.m. here on the 5 Reasons Sports Network. See ya.